James Kalm, the guy on the bike. And we're gonna run in here at Ad Hoc, 49 Bogart Street, on the very eastern edge of Williamsburg. I'm gonna take a look at an exhibition called Pop Subversion, starring Robert Williams. I'll give you a panoramic view of Pop Subversion here at Ad Hoc. Actually, the opening was Friday night. I was otherwise engaged, or I would have dropped in. This piece is by Joe Bucks. Landscape 24 by 33, acrylic on wood panel.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened, man. I know that's like one of the worst things.
Kind of like a cartoon psychedelic nightmare. Now we're speaking with Andrew Ford, the director of Ad Hoc, and you're also the curator of the show, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Pop Subversions. I know that the gallery has kind of a graffiti or street smart attitude with a lot of the stuff you show here. Could you talk a little bit about what you were looking for when you curated the show?
Well, with Pop Subversion, it's a mix of street art, pop surrealism, what some people might call lowbrow art, outsider art.
Lowbrow.
Which I'm not sold on any of these terms, but you know, sometimes people need these terms to associate things with.
Yeah, everybody needs a little niche to put their things in categories.
Right. Yeah, for me, it's whatever the label is. It's the work itself that grabs me, and it's the work that I relate to and that I respond to and that I want to show and support. And so this show is also it's the first show that I've really come in and curated the entire thing by myself, and I want to kind of it also acts as kind of like a preview of the next couple of years here at Ad Hoc of what we're hoping to do and the kind of work that we want to show and that we want to support.
Now you've got kind of a background with the graffiti art scene and some of the local writers and stuff like that. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, I mean, this gallery, even before I came here, has always been known as being very supportive of bringing the work of what people would call street art into a gallery setting, even before street art really blew up like it has now. And we'll continue to support street art because it's the work, again, that we relate to. And
do you distinguish between street art and graffiti, or are they sort of the similar things, or are they coming from different aesthetic backgrounds?
I mean, those are really tricky topics because that's going to be a debate that's really never going to have a solution.
Have we gotten to a level of post-graffiti now? Is that what we're sort of dealing with?
Well, some people think that. It just depends on your point of view. I mean, there's always going to be people out in the street doing things, and there's always going to be, you know, artists who make that transition and come into a gallery. So, especially these days, you know, where there's just more and more people opening their doors to, in the past, what would be called a graph writer or a street artist, and there's more opportunities for them in galleries. And a lot of, several artists who maybe started out making pieces in the street have completely given that up, and they're totally gallery artists. And
doing fashion design and a lot of other things.
And some, yeah, exactly. And then some of them do, and some of them choose to continue to kind of stay more true to where they came from. So. Okay.
Well, thanks, Andrew. We're going to take a little look around the gallery. I think this is a very impressive show you've put together. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. Here at Ad Hoc. I really am surprised that you were able to get a painting of this quality out here, man. This is great. The famous Robert Williams. This looks like a little illustration by Robert Williams, graphic influences, and this is probably a parody of some of Ad Reinhardt's paste-ups that he did back in the late 40s, early 50s, sort of critiquing the New York art scene. Academic art, modern, George Gross, Evan Albright, Yves Tanguy, okay. Academic art, early. Hot Rod Monsters, hey, there's my specialty, Von Dutch, Big Daddy Roth. Okay.
Robert Schuster, the guy who wrote the piece for us, he really liked, what he liked more.
We've got Power Girl Black by Alco. And we've got Alco Power Girl Green. It's kind of a reference to Lichtenstein and his cartoon characters, but there is kind of a funky street quality spray can materialism here. This is by Robert Steele. It's called Speak No Evil. Graphite, ballpoint, charcoal, and acrylic medium on paper. Very nice rendering. Here's a piece by Pagan. And we've also got kind of another comic book inspired piece, but there's something a little disturbing about those images. Oh, pretty wacky looking elk. This is Vopertinger by Helkel Muller. Oil on wood.
Right. My main focus is like, I want to do something great here, and I want people to feel like, we're creating something great.
It's called He, She, Texas Tea, pencil on paper.
Yeah, I
This piece is Cellist by Molly Crabapple. Pen, ink, and gouache.
And so, did anybody talk to you today about that? So we need to just just talk to you and reevaluate your
I didn't know I was supposed to
reevaluate what you want to do.
I thought I had it up.
Okay, cool. No, I'm not
Arthur told me that, like, the other week when the show was on, he said you'll come in.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh.
Okay, who did this piece?
Martina Secondel Russo.
Martina Secondel Russo?
Yes. And
That's nice. And she did this whole selection of cutouts here. Is she a tattoo artist?
No. From talking to her, I think she's into tattoos. I don't think she herself is a tattoo artist. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I like these. That's a nice grouping. So, do we consider this gallery in Eastern Williamsburg, or is this Bushwick? Can you give us any guidance on that, or we don't know?
I think this is East Williamsburg until we get to Flushing, right? And
Yeah, they still consider it East Williamsburg.
until you get to the other side of Flushing right up the street, and then it becomes Bushwick, I believe, but I'm not sure. I'm not from here, and I'm not going to say.
You're not from here, okay. All right.
I don't want to like lie and say, I'm not.
So, this is James Kalm coming to you from Ad Hoc, somewhere out in East Williamsburg. 49 Bushwick? 49 Bogart Street. All right. Thanks, Kate.